Thank you, everyone, for joining us again for our last speaker today on the fourth day of our Pranic World Festival here at the Eden Pranic Center in Cocore, Italy. We have Swami Bahai joining us this evening, and we would like to remind those of you who are trying to connect to listen in your first language to connect to the Wi-Fi with the code that's written at the front for those of you who are here in person, and to choose your language at the bottom of the screen for the language that you would like to listen in. I believe that Swami will be speaking in English today. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes.
Great. So
Thank you so much.
we thank you. So we will be also joined by many people online from around the world and many people here in the Eden Pranic Center. So I know that you actually can only see my face currently, but I hope
Okay.
that I'm beaming the joy and the gratitude from everyone that is here with us
You are.
and
Yeah.
all those who are joining online. Wonderful. So I think we're set to just begin, and I know that we have some people who are eager to hear what you will share with us today. So a reminder just to speak slowly for the translators. I know you
Yeah.
naturally speak
Yes.
slowly, but we will remind you to speak slowly. And we can begin now with just a first question.
Yes, please.
So
Very nice.
wonderful. So we have a first question, which would be, we know that you are going around the world and sharing this inner process, which is the Babaji state. So can you please tell us more about the Babaji state and how that relates to pranic living?
Thank you. Yes. Mm. Um, Overall, the Babaji state in some way is far away of the pranic initiation or some kind of this thing, but in some way are very close to also, because if there is not silence, it's quite complex. So your body will be able for be alive overall when you are not consuming something external. Regarding that, all the time we are consuming many things, but I'm speaking especially now about food, solid food. The Babaji state overall is for remember what is the silence. It is not for make silence. It is not for speak less. It's overall for be part of the silence again. And doesn't matter how can be at the moment when you are practicing that. Uh, But people who are coming to the Babaji state are in two different extremes always. People who, who are living with a lot of obstacles, a lot of trouble in life. People with a lot of, I don't know how to call that, sorrowful. Um, People with a lot of distress, with a lot of anguish, very dreary, very dismal. But also people who are in the other side, very cheery, bright, very cheery. So in the deep sadness and in the deep silence is teaching us that we are beyond our moods. And in the beginning, you can enjoy so much what is beyond of your moods. But just in the beginning, because the silence is not enjoy beyond moods. Silence, it is not for enjoy your moment. Silence, it is not for help you in anything in your life. Just is for you be able in this moment for remember from where you are coming and maybe where you will go back. Go interesting dynamic. Yes. So Babaji state is for to be 11 days um, in this silence and be again part of this silence. Is accompanied these days for some diet, but that it is not interesting at all. Mm. Liquid days, dry day, but the normal is normal life all that. Eat or not eat is exactly the same. I will close the door because um, there is festival also close here. Right. So, and what is happening that the Babaji state is just some kind of tools because it's like a technique. But Cosmos required less technique from us. When more simple and less complex can be this practice or this technique for some moment, it will be for some time, it will be a practice, but after silence, it is not a practice. Silence, it is not a technique. Silence, it is nothing that somebody can learn because nobody can teach you not to be in silence if not about what is the silence. So you cannot learn, nobody can teach you that for this reason. In our meetings is just for remember about that. And everyone have different consequence after the process. Yes, but always arrive here people who resonate uh, with Babaji was our lineage with the silence, with the kriya, with the um, pranayamas and this kind of things, but that is just names because maybe you know exactly the same with different names or you already discovered that and you don't know which name have doesn't matter. You don't need to know about. Just continue in your path. For sure, you are in the best pilgrimage, and we will arrive there in the end, if there is end. Huh? Please, next question. Yeah.
You made a good segue for the next question. We would ask the question, do you have anything to share about when we leave this body? What is next?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Just awareness are waiting for us. Something that doesn't exist here. I know there is many retreat, many process, including 11 days, no? Many seminars, a lot of talking around, speaking about the awareness, how to be more aware, how to be conscious, and how a lot of information. Very, in fact, very, very interesting. Um, but if people be able for to be aware or in consciousness here, our planet it will be completely different. And we are not in this state, not in this body, not in this planet. But it's interesting because it's waiting for us. Mhm. How I say always, you can be um, very wise, yes, in this body, but to be wise and to be aware is totally different things. So, and what is the awareness? It is not possible explain that with words. It's a feeling, it's a taste, it's um, and the feelings and the words are different too. For this reason, you cannot express in words a feeling. Maybe words can try to help us, but it's like when you know the sensation and you don't know how explain that, you can feel a little heartbroken. It's like you can be like alone. And I prefer not to be alone. And I prefer say, I don't know what is happening after this body. But awareness um, is waiting for us. Yes? More question.
Thank you so much for your answers to our questions, Swami. We have another question, which is, what do you feel is the evolution of how we are organizing ourselves in the raising of children, children coming from being new babies to adults? With currently, we have father, mother, and a family unit. do you see that there is a new evolution of where we might go from this organization?
I think that until now, so I think that until now, there is not one who can be able for to be a father, for to be a mother. Certainly, this is happening. Um, and even a lot of children, still, unfortunately, I'm not father, And I don't know if I will be father in this experience life, in my own moment. For this reason, in some way, I can answer you that from outside. I am looking that from outside carefully. So for this reason is that I can tell you that certainly you are father. Certainly you are mother. Sometimes this kind of things that is not everything, but is part of the life can give you a lot of satisfaction. Sometimes for another people can be just quite convenient. For another people can be pragmatic. For another people can be beneficial. For another people can be just be father and mother and create a family and be in love. So for many reasons you can receive a baby here. Mm. So I tell you that because I want that we all speak about the same. Because for everyone, be father, mother means happiness. Mm? See, can be something completely constructive, yes, from my perspective, something effective in the life, yeah, and product continue growing this planet, yes. But that will happen when we start to teach to our children in grow together with the nature, yes, not destroy the nature. There is many ways for destroy nature, yes. So uh, the 80% of what children learn and absorb for the adult moment is in the family. But if the father, it is nobody in the house because he's working all the time, and the mom is all the time with the mobile, and in this way, even if the child are with their father, they are feeling alone, you know. I can see that every day, everywhere where I am going. Um, doesn't matter the social condition. Everyone have a tablet and a mobile right now. So in some way can make our life more easy and less complex, but are destroying our real and essential humanity. So, and that critical. It is not theatrical. It's uh, utterly distinct. So for this reason is that exist many ashrams in the world, because ashram is some kind of community, not active, because community doesn't work um, with the time. But ashram is some kind of community that is working all the time. It's very different, that dynamic. And in the ashram, we are trying to be in the natural way more possible that we can, even if there is tablet, even if there is, electronic device around. But the best that you can make with your family is, I know that everyone in the city has everything, but everything, it is not in the city, really. Mm. So how to say that? Um, you can risk your quietness with everything, yes. But it's like cover up emotions, these situations, all the time. Sometimes, usually people are telling, yes, I am eating a lot because I am covering emotion. And in the other side, yes, you are covering emotions because you are eating a lot, but this person is with a mobile. So everyone is in the same way, include me, of course. Maybe I am not eating, I am not all the time with the phone, but I am taking books and reading all the day and writing so much here every every place where you can see there is many papers because I'm all the time uh, writing and reading. So this is also a way for cover up emotion. I'm included in that because what you are doing, I am making too. Nobody is separate of us. What you are doing is also part of me, and I am doing also for you. For this reason, is great when you stop condemn to the people who are around you, because you are making the same. It is quite sad when people is classifying to the people too. Just when you are judging to the people, there is not means for make that, because you are already making exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you are a yogi, if you are working in a factory, if you are a swami, if you are a student, we are humans, you know. We are in a human's experience. And everything can be a surprise. To be parent, to be father, to be happen in your life right now. Yes, just remember we cannot be aware with that, but we can be wise with our child, with our family. And sometimes it's better stop a little bit with everything what you are doing and look what is happening around. Clean mind and take good decisions. Yes. If you are here, looking what is happening, you are able for take a step. Our children is this next step. Hmm? Thank you. Yes. Next question. One more if you want.
Yes, I'm just going to see if there are any questions from the group that is here gathered
Yes,
under
yes.
the trees. So perhaps I'm not in the same spot that they are, but perhaps Fabio, Nicholas, if you're there, you can see if there are any questions from those who are gathered under the trees. We just wait for one moment to see if
Yes,
anyone
yes.
steps forward. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. I hope next year be in person there again.
We would love that. We would all love that. Thank you,
I
Swami,
really,
for
really like it. It was really
joining us.
nice.
Yes, joining us in any way you can. It's always a pleasure. Fabio or Nicholas, if you have any questions that is gathered there under the trees, if not, I will ask another question. Okay, so I will ask another question.
Yes, yes, please.
Um, um, if we are going on this pranic journey and we want to go even further, we have an impulse to go even further, what would you say would be something that you would recommend for someone who is going on their pranic journey
Mhm.
uh, as a
Mm,
next
yeah.
step in their evolutionary process?
I see that when you are coming in to this space, suddenly you are quite reasonably because it's part of us. An act is in English this word. You understand this? Sorry. Is most like simple and very normal for the eyes of doesn't matter. But because in this state perception is different in everything what you are doing. So remember when I was try because now I was water and the life is too much when you are in try for long. Even when you are in 3 days try or 7 days, you feel that you are part of everything because you are part of everything. But your perception is different, you know? So that is what happened. Your perception is different all the time. So every movement is too much. I don't recommend a city because I have this experience in the city and I was temperamentally, I'm very strong, you know, but my personality is not quite strong. My soul is pure love. And between these three things, and your perceptions can happen many things that is overwhelming for you, is out of your control. And when something is out of your control, everyone can manipulate what is out of your control. So you don't need to be responsible about nothing. You must to be in life. That is enough. Yes. But it's better to be for a time alone. I was 1 year alone and I can see that it was not enough. But my experience is not working in you. For this reason, we are individual. Everyone have their own experience, but just you can take that with tools. Just foresee and put again there, and we cannot compare any act of us, not way. But you must to see how long time is working for you. Be in the nature alone, recognizing again your being. Listen what the cosmos required from you. When you are listening what is happening outside, your mind is not speaking over what apparently you can listen. For this reason, can be suitable if you can stop with all your activities, because all your activities doesn't permit you have a clean look and listen well also, uh, because there is not a psychological space for that. So of course, I will never um, instruct to you about Pranic. I never instruct to you about what consume, what not, because that is nothing. The pranic state is something completely different. The diet can be consequence, yes. But if you have not clear with this aspect, you only will be woman that is not drinking, nothing else. But you are more than this kind of superficial moment. This superficial moment will live uniquely in your body. The pranic state is growing with you and is going with you. Will not dead with this body. Yes? So it's utterly transcendental. It's traveling with you. For this reason, when you are listening what is happening, you can remember what it was growing with you in previous life. You can remember what is traveling with you until here. There is the moment for recognize not who you are, if not what you are. Um, and this is utterly far-reaching in this life and in your travel after. Yes, so that is in some case part of my experience, what it was working in me, what it was not working in me, and find a way, not for solve something because that's it's not a equation, mathematics more artistic, So for this reason, uh, I was and I am still transforming my life all the time. To be pranic is transforming also your life all the time. You will never see me like how I was 1 year ago, or how I was 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. I am always different. Every time when somebody is coming to speak with me, maybe I saw them 4 or 6 months ago, and they say, "You are very different." Of course, for this reason, I am very little friends from, I don't know, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, from the university or the conservatory or the school or the life or the work, because I was working time ago in Buenos Aires so much also, like everyone. I was transforming that, but I cannot be in contact with them. I am not judging them. No, it's their life. They choose to be always the same person. I am always different. If I am going with them, they will not recognize me. There is not interaction there. For this reason, be ready also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swami. Do you have a room for one more question?
Yes, okay, yes.
Yes.
And after we can make 10 minutes of silence all together. Yes, the best
Perfect.
communication
Yeah.
that we can receive.
Wonderful. So I think you've already answered a portion of this, but maybe you want to speak to one word in this question. Someone is asking if you can experience enlightenment through a pranic journey. So I know you've already spoken to
I
the
understand.
pranic journey being somewhat separate from the other journey, a spiritual journey, if we want to call it that. But maybe you want to speak to the word enlightenment.
Mhm.
Can
Um,
you experience enlightenment through a pranic journey?
I think that can be quite different. If you want, you can make one, okay, but in some way you are asking me about awareness, and I don't say that is not possible. Few people in all our history was in awareness, and everyone know names of them. All the Buddhas with different names. Yes. So you also can be a Buddha, because how I say always is a quality of the human. Human quality is one of these human qualities also to be a Buddha, you know. But not all Buddha can be aware. Why I am telling you that? Because if not, some kind of words are losing the potential natural that they have. For example, today or 400 years ago, when you were speaking about love, it was for some reason quite pure and quite unique. Today, everyone is speaking about love and use this word for everything. So this word, it was losing all the power because you are using for everything that. So awareness is awareness, is not consciousness. Yes. Um, but we can say in this way, with this difference, you can be pranic and you can permit that the consciousness be with you. Yes. Consciousness can hack you. But remember that you have moods. Your mood sometimes is taking you far away of the consciousness. If this happening with the consciousness, imagine what is happening with the awareness. Our mind can understand what is the consciousness because it's a mind human invention. The consciousness, somebody create the consciousness, but the awareness is something else. So again, you are aware when you are sleeping, but when you are sleeping, really you are with your open eyes in the light. But in the morning, when you are thinking that you are open your eyes, you are sleeping again. So our body life is less of a microsecond cosmos. You cannot be worried for some kind of things or permit to your mind complicate your simple and beautiful life, or not perfect life but excellent life. But your excellent life is in you and in action when you are not complicating everything. So what is to be pranic, and I want to use in this case the word consciousness, is just not complicate your act with the mind. Less words, less technique, less practice. And in this way, you will be utterly bright, absolutely chirpy, just because you are under the tree eating a tomato or drinking only water or just meditating, try for years. Psychologically also that is the same. Remember, all this aspect death in the body when you are going out. Put your attention in what is traveling with you. The aspect, consciousness, pranic state can be together in this body, is growing with you, and the most important, you will travel with that. Yes? Thank you so much for listening to me. Really, and for many years I was not speaking. Now, since 4 years, I is speaking again more and more. I am not more in try, but even that I am not in try, my days for stop speak again is coming. Um, and that is what my being required now. So maybe our next meeting in the Pranic World Festival, it will be in silence from me. I'm sorry, but I want to tell you that also. It's the best way, believe me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Swami Bahai, for sharing with us
Yeah,
today, for sharing
thank you.
your bright presence and your words. And we look forward to more of your sharing if you do in the future, including silence. I know we're all full of gratitude and we're many smiling faces here under the trees. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us online around the world and here at the Eden Pranic Center in Cuore, Italy. Thank you, Swami.
So we can, in 5 minutes, silence, yes, and in the beginning, just meditation, remember, be in front of you, not judge you, just observing you. When you are able for not judge yourself, suddenly silence is coming. It's very easy, very simple, and very complex too, because it's complex, not judge something overall ourselves. Yes. For this reason exists the meditation. Meditation and silence, two different things. Meditation for open the door. Contrary or opposite is just the silence. Thank you. Slowly, slowly, the speed of the mind is getting less and less. Mother, Father, divine life, Babaji, state is always among you. Mm. 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 Namaskar. See you later. Thank you all.